yeshiva in Sanhedria. I went to the Sanhedria tombs, where many of the great writers of the Talmud were buried, and afterwards too. And I would sit there and I would close my eyes and I would consider the spirits that were hovering around me. And I would similarly, as you do, I would try to take that energy out of it, something that I could just connect to. And I think very often, if you're very meditative in nature, that you can kind of go there and think about these people, who they were, what they contributed to our people, what they contributed to the world. It's fascinating.
You want to hear an amazing story that happened to me? You can cut it afterwards from the podcast if you want, but it's really like, wow story. Listen to this. When I was in the army, I was in a parachuting unit. One night we were around Bethlehem in a place that is called Beit Sachur, and I had a shift between, I think, 2 o'clock to 6 a.m., 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. And it's dark and lonely, and I sit there with my rifle, towards an unknown target, because you don't see much and you don't know, you just have to be ready. And I see that with my shoe, the red shoe of the parachuter, is like something is smooth under my leg. And I look at it and I see that it looks like a tombstone or something. And okay, I'm a soldier, you have to stay there, you cannot go, even though I'm a Kohen normally. And I come closer and I see the following inscription. Ponitman, here lay Mar Baravashi, one of the greatest sages of the Talmud. Like, no one, apparently, there are people who are marking graves with traditions. And in the middle of the night, I'm a soldier, and I just, on the grave of Mar Baravashi, one of the greatest Amoraim in the Talmud. How crazy can this be? Like, in the morning, I called people and I said, do you know where we are? We are in a holy site. Like, one of the greatest sages that I learned his Torah, it was with me last night. And the people look at me and they think I'm a Shiganer. But I wasn't. I was next to his grave for a complete night. No one knew about it. And actually, years later, when I told someone, he said, oh, you were next to Bethlehem. I know exactly where his grave is. So this is a person from 1800 years ago. How amazing is this one?
Do you think there's a sign in that? Is that from God?
There was.
No, a sign to you.
What do you mean? What
you do take out of that this is hashgacha, that there's something here for you to learn, something for you to take forward?
I believe so. I do believe so. I can't explain it. I don't know what the message is, but it was very meaningful. Listen, I'm sure that any other soldier in my unit would be there and he wouldn't know even what is it. But for me, it was like bridging hundreds of years.
Yeah.
And like the person that I learned his Torah is like next to me. Okay, he's not alive, but actually, you know what? His Torah is alive. Isn't it more important?